Hi everyone, welcome to More Political Excess. Today I'm going to look at my top 10 fairest congressional redistricting maps. I've already done the 10 worst for the Democrats and 10 worst for the Republicans. These are going to be the ones that I think are the 10 best. There's so many different ways to analyze them. I've reviewed every map on this channel. I'm not using one objective metric. I'm going by what I think are the most fair, reasonably competitive maps. My main focus is on the partisan reflection of the state, and secondarily, if there's any obviously bad geography, I'll factor that in as well. And I'm generally omitting states such as Hawaii and West Virginia that are dominated by one party and they only have one line to draw, so it's going to be fair no matter what they do. The more seats, the harder it is to make it fair. I went back and forth on some of these. It's tough to do, but I tried to rank them. Maybe you're going to disagree. I hope you agree on a lot of these. Let's go through these, and let's start with number 10. It's New Hampshire. They just finished up their map, the last state to do it. Only 2 districts, 1 line to draw. It's almost an even state. It has a Democratic tilt. There's no real bad way to draw the line there. This does give both parties a semi-chance at both of the districts in a given year. So it's a decent map given all of those things, but only 1 line, so hard to mess that up. Number 9, Montana. This is a moderately Republican state, and it is hard to draw a district that is favorable for the Democrats. They have 2 districts. The one is an R+10, so it's mostly out of reach for the Democrats, but not entirely. On a blue wave year, that 1 seat is going to be in play. But this could have easily been 2 deep red seats. Number 8, Maine. Maine is another state that's almost even, but it does have a bit of a Democratic lean. And this gives the Republicans a chance at 1 of those districts. Number 7, Colorado. Now, Colorado had an independent commission, and I bet the Democrats wish they did not have that, so they could have taken a huge advantage there. But there are enough seats here that are safe for both sides. Colorado gains a seat this cycle, and there's a couple of seats up for grabs. Some might argue this has a Republican advantage, but most of these maps, you're going to be able to find something that's not perfect about them. Of course, I don't think the geography is all that pretty on Colorado, but basically these top 10 maps are a cut above the rest of the maps, especially the bottom 10 maps. Number 6, Mississippi. Mississippi has only 4 districts, 3 really red districts, 1 really blue district. That's as fair as it's going to get with 4 districts. There's not really a lot to say about this map. It ended up being a reasonably fair map overall with the partisan reflection. Number 5 is Minnesota. Now, Minnesota does have a bit of a blue slant to it, and of these 8 districts, Republicans could carry easily 4 of them, and some might say that's a bit of a Republican slant, but given the geography of the state, most of the blue vote is in and around the Twin Cities, and this map is minimally changed from the previous map. Both parties would have loved to take in another seat in their column on the map drawing, but they weren't able to do it, and this is the map that they settled on, and it's not really all that bad. It's reasonably fair, all things considered. Number 4, Pennsylvania. This is another state where both sides wanted to take more of an advantage, and the resulting map became a little bit less Republican favored, but in the end, it does mostly reflect the partisan makeup of the state. It's not perfect, but I think this does make for a reasonably fair and competitive map. Number 3, Washington. This is a decent map, all things considered. Republicans will have at least 3 of these seats. They have a chance at a 4th. In a phenomenal legendary year, they could pick up a 5th. Basically, the Democrats, and it is a Democratic state, they're going to have 5 to 6 of these seats. They could even have 7 of these seats. So it's not perfect, like I keep saying. It's a reasonably fair map, given the makeup of the state and given the process. I don't think either side is coming out of this thinking they got totally screwed. Number 2, Michigan. Michigan is similar to Pennsylvania, where it was previously more Republican last cycle, but Michigan had an independent commission, and the map they settled on has enough seats there for both parties to have a shot at. so this has to be considered one of the better, more competitive, fairer maps. And finally, number 1 is Virginia. Virginia had an independent commission. It's not an even state, it has a bit of a blue tilt in recent years, but this map is a good map. It gives both sides some territory they could expand to, given the environment. They have enough safe seats in their column. The geography is not horrible. So having said all that, this is the best map out of all of them. Close call on some of these, no question, but this is what I've settled on. Let me know what you think. What's your top 10 or top 5? Do you agree with my top 10? Did I get them all wrong? Is that even possible? Let me know your comments down below. And if you enjoy these videos, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.